Mara bouncing off the rising 10-day. I gotta admit, yesterday was not easy, but you know, that's the days like that. You gotta grab your balls and you're like, you know what? Pullback days happen, and there's no reason to sell just because we have a down day. There's no reason to sell if you're not getting, you know, if you have no reason to sell. Other than that, it's a down day. Pullbacks happen. You want a big winner, you gotta endure some pullbacks. That's just how it works. You can't have straight up action every day. The only thing I sold was XUp. I was like, fuck it. And where do you guys know where I sold it? Like 105. Actually, I've been looking for reasons to sell it for a while because it was my lowest ADR holding. I bought it here and, you know. But I kept all the important ones. I don't use 10-day as my stop on almost anything. Unless it's a very extended name. Mostly I use the 20 and 50. And also EMPH, it just had a 5-star EP. 5-star. Breaking out this long range on big volume. It's a leading stock in a leading sector. And it showed relative strength yesterday. No reason to sell it at all. Absolutely no reason to sell it. But one that tested me a little bit was FNGU. That one dipped below the 20-day. I'm like, oh. But then it bounced kind of exactly where it should have bounced. So it was a little bit of relief into the close. But I really thought I was going to get stopped out of this thing. But it wicked nicely into the close and closed about the 20. Because that's my biggest position. Having a, you know, 15% pullback in a few sessions, it kind of hurts. But you know, sometimes you gotta grab your balls and just follow your sell rules. Because if you don't follow your rules, you're gonna be a loser. And not loser in a good way, you're gonna be, you know, like working shifts at McDonald's. Because I blew up my account, that type of a way. Gotta follow your rules. And sometimes it hurts. Sometimes you have to endure volatility. Well, it's the same thing like with a seatbelt. I always chuckle when people say, you gotta use a seatbelt because otherwise the cops will fine you. It's like, if you're using a seatbelt because you're afraid the cops will fine you, you're an absolute moron and you should go castrate yourself. It's the same thing in trading. Well, yesterday my whole portfolio was red with the exception with GBTC that was up like, I don't know, 0.23% or something. Oh no, it actually closed down, but it was up the whole day. But at the close, everything in my portfolio was red. Today, everything is green. You know? You can't get euphoric when things are going well, you know, good days, and you can't panic on bad days. You gotta follow your process and your rules. It's about the big picture, right? If you study thousands of stocks, you will know that the big winners, they will surf the 10 and 20 day for weeks and months on end. And you know, if there is no close beyond the 10 or 20, why should you sell it? Makes no sense. Huge volume. And today it's having huge volume again. Not as huge, but pretty decent. This EVGO, another one of these charging stocks. It's traded 3 times its float in 3 days. Something, you know, gotta kind of have to pay attention to that stuff, you know. The whole sector, there's something going on. You have this copper, like all these other commodities, like steel. Looks like shit. Steel, actually, no, never mind. They are actually pretty decent, but there is something brewing. You have TAN, you have these clean energy sector stocks, Plug, these alternative energies, or whatever you want to call them. It's almost like the market is trying to tell us something. I'm not sure what. My 2 brain cells don't have the computing power to figure it out. But I get a feeling the market is telling us something. Not sure what. I'm sure there are smarter people out there that can figure it out.